It is 3:40 p.m. on the East Coast, here in beautiful Atlanta, Georgia. Beautiful day outside. Not that that means anything to anyone, of course, since this is a pre-recorded show and, not live. This is your long-lost YouTuber, Maxxz, and this is Maxxz FM. This is a brand new podcast-type show I'm trying out. Basically, I have a pool of subscribers here that I have not been providing with regular content, and I figure this is something easy and fun that I can put together once in a while to help keep you informed and let you know I'm still breathing. I figure it's easiest to start with a 15 to 20 minute pre-recorded program, and then as time goes by, adjusting the length, type of content, who knows, maybe broadcast live. That's the beauty of starting something new. Start simple, and you see where it takes you. I'm looking forward to the journey, and I'm excited to have you here alongside me on the ground floor. We're going to kick things off today with some of the latest updates from the world of Roblox. Some stories I'll comment on, some I'll just report the facts. Then I'll segue into some entertainment, highlighting the more interesting things happening in the Roblox community. And since I'm an advocate for positivity and living a happy, healthy life, we'll end with my top recommendation for fighting procrastination. I'd like to end every show with something you can take away and apply back into your life, so you can wake up, continue, or end your day with a smile. Without further ado, let's jump into some Roblox news. Perhaps the most thrilling news in the Roblox developer community is the now increased Robux exchange rate and monthly cash-out limit. Don't get me wrong, this is nothing new. This happened a couple of weeks ago, but I think it's still worth mentioning. In case you missed it, effective March 1, the Robux exchange rate is $0.0035 US instead of $0.0025, a 40% increase in value, and the monthly DevEx limit is now 40 million Robux, up from 20 million, meaning the maximum cash out for any given calendar month is $140,000 US, or $1.68 million a year. When I first heard about this, I thought it was absolutely phenomenal. Knowing that there are people my age, probably mostly younger than me, I'm 22 by the way, pulling 7 figures a year, becoming millionaires from doing something they absolutely love doing, to me is so heartwarming, and I'm so happy for these developers that I don't even have words. I would like to remind everyone, however, that no matter how glamorous these top developers appear to you, there is nothing glamorous about what they're going through on a daily. They have to deal with mountains of stress, bugs, unhappy users, deals gone sour, exploits, unhealthy competition, and in some situations, community drama. So many things that you would never even know about unless they told you. They are facing the harsh reality of life at such an early age, and if they can persevere, as they move into their 30s and 40s, they're going to have such a competitive edge that it's not even funny. It's going to be very interesting to see how the landscape of Roblox continues to evolve over the years, as developers continue to mature, as the platform gets better and better, and as the player base continues to grow exponentially. Roblox has reported that there are now a whopping 1.7 million developers on the platform, a 168% increase from last year. This comes just 2 months after CEO David Baszucki announced on Twitter an all-time record of 1 million concurrent players. And if you've been on Twitter any time in the past week, you've seen that Roblox has raised $92 million in funding from investors such as Meritech Capital Partners and Index Ventures. Roblox says that part of the capital will be used to, quote, support frictionless cross-platform play across PC, Xbox, Mac, and virtual reality with a significant focus on mobile. In development news, there are several new features in Roblox Studio involving user interface layouts and UI constraints. The Roblox engineering team said in a blog post that these new features will, quote, allow users to create high-quality GUIs quickly and easily without having to deal with a ton of finicky code. It's National Women's Month, and in celebration, Roblox is interviewing prominent and influential women in the community, starting with my friend EvilArtist. In an interview conducted by my other very good friend and internship pal, Silent Buddy, she said something that really spoke to me. And I don't want to butcher her words. She said, quote, show the world how awesome you are. If you love what you do, embrace it. Stay positive. Keep in mind that your art is amazing if you try hard to prove it to yourself. In this statement, she encourages positivity, self-esteem, love for what you do, and showing the world your awesomeness. We need more influential people like EvilArtist in our community. If you believe in yourself just a little bit, you can accomplish something great. But when somebody who has already made it believes in you, that's when you believe in yourself even more. And then you have the confidence to accomplish something even more amazing. Another great thing about this article, even though it is not explicitly mentioned, is the fact that you don't necessarily need to be a developer to be successful on this platform. Artists, musicians, storytellers, writers, testers are all a crucial part of this community. With tenacity, passion, and a love for whatever you're doing, you can be successful in these areas. You can read EvilArtist's full interview at blog.roblox.com. Turning now to entertainment, John Doe, an arguably sensationalized piece of Roblox lore, has resurfaced. First of all, there's this long, crazy, and truthfully pretty gruesome story on the Roblox Creepypasta wiki about John and Jane Doe. Both are real Roblox accounts created back in 2006. And at the end of the story, the author makes a claim that John Doe will return and hack anybody who plays on March 18th, 2017. Users apparently took this to heart, and yesterday, a considerable population of our community bought into it, or at least pretended like they did. This is a screen cap I took yesterday, and if you happen to be writing code right now or working on something else, you might want to tab over to me for just a second. What you're seeing is a row of some pretty big YouTube live streamers, TrueTriz and Creekcraft to name a couple, streaming their alleged sighting of John Doe. Streaming! With an audience of hundreds, even thousands. How does this happen? Well, I'll tell you, I can't help but be reminded of the 1x1x1x1 fiasco. MrDoomBringer wrote a great forum post about this character, which I'll link to in the description. Essentially, 6 years ago, a bunch of scripts were strategically injected into free models. When unsuspecting users inserted these models into their games, they saw messages like 1x1x1x1 is taking over, the end is near, yada yada yada. 1x1x1x1 was a fictional character that John Shedletsky, no relation to John Doe, spoke of in an old blog post. Well, people had never seen anything like this, and they believed it. I find it funny how history repeats itself, particularly with Roblox doomsday theories. Kind of reminds me of the doomsday theories we've had in real life. Y2K, the Mayan calendar, 1985, etc., etc. let's talk about tackling the #1 productivity killer that affects millions of people worldwide: procrastination. It's an all too common feeling. I'll do this later. I'll do it tomorrow. I'll finish it another time. And suddenly, we find ourselves writing a 10-page paper hours before it's due. Or writing code for a new feature for your game that you promised your fans that you would implement today. I'm going to share with you the most practical strategy for eliminating this phenomenon. The idea is simple: divide and conquer. Here's what you do. Instead of starting a project blindly and just working on it until you finish, take some time to create a really awesome plan that is based heavily on dividing the work over as many days as you can. I'll give you a real-world example. A few years ago, I was assigned a 6-page paper for my Spanish class, due at the end of the semester, 12 weeks away. The first night I received the assignment, I didn't do any work whatsoever. All I did was read and reread the requirements, so I could understand my professor's expectations really well and percolate the best way to approach getting this paper done. The next night, I made a plan. What I did was calculate exactly how many days I had to write it. For this example, we'll say I had 80 days to write the paper. Then I calculated how many sentences I needed to write to reach 6 pages double-spaced. I estimate that a double-spaced page is about 250 words, and a sentence averages around 20 words, so a page is approximately 12.5 sentences multiplied by 6 is 75 sentences. I had 80 days to write 75 sentences. That's less than 1 sentence every day. So I decided, okay, I'll write a sentence a day for 75 days, then I'll spend the remaining 5 days proofreading. Seems like a pretty solid course of action. The next day, I got started. It was so refreshing to be able to do such a minimal contribution, just 1 sentence, to the paper, and have the peace of mind that I'm still working towards a goal with enough time to spare to make it perfect. Well, time went by, and I found myself writing more than 1 sentence every day, sometimes an entire paragraph. It just made more sense on some days. Maybe I had better ideas, maybe I was on a writing streak, whatever. I finished this thing 3 weeks early. It was such an awesome feeling. Give this a try the next time you're faced with a huge project. Instead of letting it intimidate you, just chop it up into itty-bitty pieces that you can do every day. And stick with it. Trust me, you will sleep so much better during and after the project is done. You can do this with all of your projects. Do a little piece of everything every day. Let me know how it works for you. Well, folks, this concludes the pilot episode of Maxxz FM. We talked about the bigger DevEx payouts for the now 1.7 million developers in our community, the $92 million investment package, the new Roblox Studio features that simplify the creation of high-quality GUIs, EvilArtist and her positive community impact, the John Doe pandemic, and a trick for approaching the most stressful of projects head-on without procrastinating. Was it a good show? You tell me. If you like my show, please let me know by hitting the like button, and by the same token, if you happen to dislike the show, please let me know as well by hitting the dislike button. This is my show, but you're my audience, and your feedback is critical, especially this early in the series. You're welcome to leave me a comment below, I'll be sure to look through those. And you can also interact with me on Twitter. My handle is @TowerOfWarmth, and you can also join the conversation with #MaxxFM, that's Max with an MAXXZ. I've been in the Roblox community for nearly 10 years now. If you happen to have any questions for me, definitely shoot me a tweet, and I'll do my very best to answer them on the next episode. And of course, if you'd like to see more Maxxz FM in your subscriptions tab, be sure to hit subscribe. Thanks for tuning in, friends. As always, Stay cool, keep it real, and smile.